Hi, my name is Ariana Aloya, and today I'm going to be showing you how to enhance your portrait taking skills. I have my great friend Alina Earhart with me today, and she's going to be my little model, and I'm super excited, so let's go and let's get started. Okay, so one of the first concepts I want to introduce y'all to is the concept of leading line. What I'm going to have her do is just kind of do like a basic pose, just kind of like cross your ankles. And this is probably how somebody who's new at photography would probably pose somebody. Alright, so basically, as you can see, this picture, it looks pretty good, but one way we can improve it is the use of leading lines. Your back leg kind of stick out a little more, bend that right leg, perfect. And now bend over a little bit, you're perfect. She's gonna have all that hair on one side, and she's gonna bend over, have the hand on the chin. Yes, beautiful. I'm going to use this bench as my leading lines, which is awesome. Yeah, and then kind of lean over. Put your elbow more so. Yes, beautiful. Yes, perfect with the hand and everything. Now you can see with the use of leading lines that this photo is much more appealing. Okay, so now let's move on to our next enhancement of portrait taking. Okay, so now for our next enhancement for portrait taking, we're going to focus on posing your subject. Now what I'm going to have Alina do is Alina kind of go back there a little bit, just along the sidewalk, and we're going to back up just a tad bit more so I can get really her whole entire body. And maybe kind of cross your ankles once again. Yes, perfect. And that is going to look something like this. Now, that is a very beautiful picture. She's a very beautiful girl and everything like that. But one way that we can take this to the next level is by really focusing on her posing and her angles and her body. Angle your body a little bit, perfect. A little bit more towards me, beautiful. And that right arm, and then kind of put it in your hair, kind of behind you. Lower that elbow just a tad bit. And then take that left arm and put it over your hand over your heart. Pop that knee a little bit. Beautiful. And so now you can see with this picture that with the use of just a tad bit of tweaking with your posing, it can make all the difference in a picture. Okay, so now let's move on to our last portrait enhancement element. Okay, so we are actually going to come back inside to explain this one, but basically I wanted to kind of go over briefly the exposure triangle. Okay, so I'm going to add a quick little visual in here to help me explain this exposure triangle. The faster the shutter speed, the faster the photo will be taken. And usually photographers are going to want to use this mode, such as in sports, horse racing, anything like that. The slower the shutter, that's where you get more of those blurry type photos. And a lot of people like to use these, especially when they're taking pictures of the flowing water and making that really smooth image. Now, aperture, on the other hand, allows light to come in, but it also changes the blurriness of the background. So the lower the aperture, the more light you're going to let in, but the higher the aperture, the less light you're going to let in. And the lower the aperture, the more blurry the background will be, but the higher the aperture, the less blurry the background will be, and pretty much everything you'll be taking a photo of will be in focus. And now as far as your ISO goes, basically ISO is fake light, and the more fake light you let in, the grainier your photo will probably be. And so I usually like to keep my ISO at max around 800, and that always helps me a lot, especially when you go into post-production and you're editing. You don't want to have super grainy photos. Alrighty, well, I hope you all found this video very informative, and if you're a beginner photographer, I wish you the best of luck, and have fun with these. Be creative with everything, because I think that's the best way to learn your style and find your own uniqueness. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe down below. Thank y'all for watching my video, and I hope you learned a lot. So, bye!